Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. My inbox from my direct message inbox on Twitter just keeps getting blown up. I have some great guys on Twitter that find great information, and they keep hitting me with it. And as long as people hit me with good information, I'm going to cover it and I'm going to give them credit. The first one is XRP_veteran. You need to follow him. He puts a lot of good information out about XRP. So follow him if you haven't already. And he put this out. Boom, fintech industry now working tight with Ripple for cross-border payments, future settlements. If you can't defeat them, join them. Matter of time, guys, hold your XRP. And there was a guy that's being interviewed here at FinExtra, is an online crypto website. And apparently he was being interviewed, and he mentioned Ripple specifically, about how everybody's getting on board with Ripple. And he mentioned the cost savings when he was talking about Ripple. When you hear about the cost savings, think xRapid for settlements, because as we've heard many times, Ripple and other companies have said that they see the cost savings at being somewhere around 70%. So this is huge right here. Moving along, then I got this from C3 Nick as well. Mitsubishi UFG Financial Group. This is a memorandum from them. Through this memorandum of understanding, MUFG Bank has decided to start the collaborative development for cross-border payments between Japan and Brazil, utilizing Ripple's cutting-edge technology. That's one of the largest banks in the world. So that's a huge piece of news. I mean, I'm literally seeing it's like dominoes are falling right now. There are so many companies that are lining up to come online with Ripple. And for those of you, because they're always out there, those of you that are like, oh, that's just X current, they're not going to be using xRapid. Well, I got this from Bond Crip this morning. He sent me this from the Daily Hodl. So this is for those of you that say, oh, well, they're going to use X current, but they won't use xRapid. Well, guess who just confirmed that they're either testing or going to begin to test xRapid? Confirmed Ripple partner TransferGo exploring XRP powered xRapid for cross-border payments. What this was is it was a tweet. This guy is good. I don't even know if I follow him, but I need to go follow him. XRP_Crow. I believe he's the guy that compiles who the Ripple current partnerships are, and then also tells you if they're testing xRapid or if they're just doing xCurrent. And what he was doing here is he said he was updating his infographic, and then he asked the CEO asked TransferGo if they plan to pilot xRapid in the near future. He gets a reply from the CEO of TransferGo, yes, we are looking at xRapid. I mean, that's pretty strong right there. So TransferGo, that's a pretty big deal. But the only thing you need to understand as an XRP holder is that like I've said many times, the way that this is all going to happen, it's going to be a cascading thing. And right now you're seeing, I mean, we've been seeing many payment companies, banks, central banks who are using xCurrent and testing xCurrent and some testing xRapid. And you're going to see all of these dominoes begin to fall. And the reason you're going to see them begin to fall is because, really, if you look at the next article, XRP being as fast as it is and as cheap as it is provides a benefit. It's going to save people money. And when it saves money and it saves them time, it's just a matter of time. So now I want to talk to you about November the 15th. This is an article that I saw today that is really interesting. And this right here is a great thing for you to hear on your Sunday. And that's why I titled this video, November 15th could be very good to Ripple XRP. Okay, I'm going to read you a few excerpts. What this is talking about is hedge funds. Now, before I go into this article, the backdrop is what I've talked about a lot on my channel, which is the economy overall. The last 10 years, the average recession only lasts, the average recession comes every 6 years. That's the history of the United States. And we haven't had one in almost, I think it's over 10 years. And the only reason we haven't had one is because the banks, the central banks of the world, have printed money. They've done QE. You name it. They've come up with every scheme possible. They've kept interest rates at almost zero. They've done all the things to cover up the fact that we do not have a healthy world economy. It's a disaster that is a disaster because of the crazy debts that have been created over the course of the last 50 plus years that cannot be sustained. And so here we are, you're starting to see flashes of bad things in the stock markets around the world. And so now I take you to this article, and they're talking about hedge fund redemptions here. It says, in a recent article titled "Hedge Funds Brace for a November 15th Bloodbath, Zero Hedge goes to great lengths to explain why hedge funds could see mass withdrawals on the 15th. According to this article, hedge funds have been underperforming, and this could lead to more investors cashing out, as they have already been cashing out. Today, Bloomberg picks up on this risk, with reporter Sajil Kishan writing that following the second worst month of the decade for the hedge fund industry, many are bracing for an industry D-Day, November 15th. That is, Kishan explains, is the deadline for investors to put managers on notice to get some or all of their money at year end. In an interview with Tech, and then now they go on to tell you how this applies to, or could apply to XRP, and how XRP could benefit. In an interview with TechCrunch, Michael Arrington of Arrington XRP Capital made an interesting statement about hedge funds and XRP. He stated that XRP is a fantastic currency to use, among other things, hedge funds. We need to move a lot of money very quickly. We make investments all over the world. Our LPs come from all over the world, and using banks to move money is a pain in the ass. That's what he said, not me. It takes a day or two to move money around the world. And with XRP, our very first close to $50 million, we moved that money in like 3 seconds. And then it goes on. This is a pointer to the fact that hedge funds are adopting XRP as an efficient way of moving money all across the world. Considering that hedge funds move money in the billions and hundreds of millions, lots of it going through XRP at a go could cause a spike in the price of XRP. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that on November 15th, a lot of people could bail out of the hedge funds, and XRP could benefit. Thanks for listening.